Hey guys, it's John V3IPS. I've got here my version of a 10 meter Marauder KJ6ER. Greg's got this wonderful series of antennas he's been putting together. Came up with this Marauder idea. It's kind of a end-fed half wave and a kind of Moxon style here with some gain, I think on 10 meters. I think it's around 3-4 dB. But usable gain if you're running QRP, of course. So I'm in the winter test lab here. And it's a little bit droopy at the top, the wires. That's only because the tripods aren't perfectly level here on the snow. But anyways, hey, it's working. I ran my 10 meter beacon on this antenna and with some pretty good results. First off, on the Rig Expert, pretty wideband sweep on 28.6. I had 1.8 at 28, and at 30 it was just over 2, so pretty wide band coverage here, which is typical of an end-fed half wave for a single band. So why did I do it for a single band? Well, I've been doing some experiments on some antennas for 10 meters. 10 meters have been hot lately, as everybody knows, so I'm just looking for some interesting antennas to try out in the field, and this one will be a keeper, of course. So anyways, I kind of put it together with a little bit different from where the instructions were. I'm actually probably maybe 3 feet off the ground. Maybe optimally I should be 2 feet off the ground. And I'm using the Mueller clips. I've got a chameleon whip and then Mueller clips at the top. So pretty straightforward jaw clamp. Hold it all together. And then on the other side here, same kind of concept here, except I'm using the LDG 4901 balun, the Anon, and I've got my RF choke using RG 174. So that works out pretty good. The 30-inch wires there's ideal as a ground. It does reduce the RF currents coming back. So there you go. Here we are in the test lab. We're in the backyard. So pretty straightforward here. And like I said, I'm running the beacon on it right now. I'm being picked up by what's the guy's call sign? BE6YJ. He's in Alberta. NU4F. He's down in southern Florida, right down at the bottom. And K5TR in Austin. Now, of all those signal reports, today's a very fair day on 10 meters. Bend's pretty bad. And so I wasn't expecting much, but 2 dB, 4 dB signal report. So that's a couple of dB above the signal to noise ratio on their receiver. So that's kind of weak on CW. Probably no problem with FT8. So, but the thing that it gave me is when looking at the RBM map for those 3 reporting stations, the bandwidth pattern demonstrate that it's definitely pointing towards the direction that I have this antenna pointed to. On the back side, I'm not picking anything up. So I thought might be able to pick something up from maybe Papa Alpha. But again, I don't know what the band conditions are today. But as far as today using this, that shows some enhancement in the directivity in that direction. And I'm telling you, when we're talking FT8, 2-3 dB makes a big deal, right? So for sideband and RBN, you got to be in the 12, 15, 20 range is considered sideband quality. Probably 5, 6 dB, I think, to 12 dB. I think minimum 6 dB for CW, so that's maybe an S unit or 2 S units above the noise floor. You could probably go down lower. But anyways, it just proves that this Moxon, this end-fed Moxon-style antenna, using the Whips' radiators and his ingenious wire method there with I used yellow wire, shows that you can, with wire antennas and different bits and pieces in your antenna kits, you can make some interesting antennas that can increase your contacts. And, for a contest, some extra contacts can make a big deal. Or even a pile of multipliers can make a big deal. And if you can't hear them, you can't work them. So I like this antenna. I'll go back to making the tri-band version. And we'll try that out further in the field. But field tested and approved by VE3IPS. Thanks a lot, guys. Go build one today.